Microphone is on. Perfect. Perfect. All right, good morning. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Spiritual and Psychic Development. I am your professor, Denay of the Sacred Lotus Temple. Thank you to everyone who is joining me today here on the live. And thank you to those of you who are watching on YouTube. Please remember to like and share, and make sure that you leave any questions in the comment section, okay? And as we go through the lesson, I will answer your questions. All right, so where are we? On Wednesday, we talked about the auras and the chakras. Today, we're talking about the importance of cleansing the body, the mind, and the soul. We're talking about protection prior to any spiritual work, and then, protection, opening, and closing after any spiritual work, okay? We'll also talk about smudging very briefly, but let's get into it, okay? The syllabus for this class is in my link tree. All right, so you go to my profile, click on my link tree, and you can find the syllabus there. You'll also find the links to the previous courses that I've posted on my YouTube channel, The Sacred Lotus Temple. For those of you who are new here, my name is Denay. I am a psychic medium, and as well as a mentor and coach for, I guess you could just say all things spiritual, right? I'm a spiritual coach and mentor. I'm offering this free course here as a part of the HillmanTok University, and let's get right into it, okay? Let's not delay. So, keeping your body inside and out clean, keeping your mind clean, keeping your home clean, all right, is crucial when it comes to any type of spiritual practices, because cleanliness creates a harmonious and high vibrational space that allows for deeper connection, clarity, and alignment with divine energy. So let's go through each part and why each aspect matters, okay? So the body, inside and out, your physical hygiene, okay? It's like, needless to say, right? But a clean body helps you to maintain an open and flowing energy system, okay? So dirt, toxins, stagnation in the body can weigh you down, can weigh down your frequency, and it can block intuitive messages. So I don't know if you guys, like in the last 2 days, there have been major like solar, what do they call that? Solar flares. The Schumann resonance has been a little wonky, right? But for those of you who have like geomantic spiritual gifts, meaning that you can feel the energy of the planet or celestial energies, you may have been feeling heavy for the last few days. So with that being said, things that can help you with clearing that stagnation is the power of water, the magic of water, okay? Just keep that in mind for later on. We'll come back to it. But as far as the body and its internal cleansings, something that you can be doing is eating high vibrational foods. So foods that are natural, right? Your vegetables, your herbs, right? So like broccoli is a high vibrational food. Think of the Dr. Sebi lists, right? And the books that have been written based off of his teachings regarding eating alkaline foods. All right, those are the high vibrational foods. They're going to be fresh, they're going to be whole, and they're plant-based. Also, make sure that you're staying hydrated. This is going to help purify your system and making it easier to receive spiritual guidance and maintain emotional balance, okay? Good morning, Dadal. Welcome on in. How are you? Welcome on into everyone, you guys. Thank you for joining me for class today. All right, so we have body, mind, and home. So mind, you want to make sure that your mind is not cluttered and chaotic with a whole bunch of nonsense. This is going to block your intuition and your spiritual insight. So begin practicing mindfulness, meditation, and reducing negativity. And by reducing negativity, that includes gossip. That includes releasing fear. That includes releasing doubt. That includes watching the latest episode of whatever reality show that you're watching this season. Real Wives of whoever. Love and Hip Hop of whatever city or state that they're in. Okay? This is going to help you stay connected to divine wisdom. Remember, it's not just the food that you eat that will cause you how can I say, that will cause you from being able to create harmonious and high vibrational space. Okay? It's also what you, how can I say, it's not just the food you eat, but it's the things that you listen to, and it's the things that you watch. Okay? If you guys have a question about what I'm talking about today, just please put it in the comments. Just go ahead and put it in the comments. This is our class, Spiritual and Psychic Development. So any questions that you have regarding our class today, please go ahead and put it in the comment section. So what was I saying? Right. A cluttered and chaotic mind is going to block your intuition and spiritual insight. Emotional purification, releasing resentment, anger, and fear. This is going to clear emotional energy, allowing you to align with love and peace. Also, spiritual awareness. And then lastly, cleansing your home. A cluttered and dirty home is going to cause stagnant energy. It's going to cause for low vibrational energies to want to stay in your home. For those of you with kids and your kids don't clean their room, and you walk in there, especially if they're like in their teens and it's all dark in their room and there's stuff all over the floor, turn on those lights, open a window, open the blinds, open the window, and have them clean that room. It'll help them feel better, and it'll help their mood. I promise you that. When spaces are overly cluttered, it makes it harder to feel a spiritual connection. Okay? Think about cleanliness is the closest thing to godliness. Okay? We'll talk about the metaphysical principles behind that, but just keep that in mind, you know? Keeping your space clean and organized and infused with positive energy like incense, sound cleansing, or even crystals is going to create an environment where spiritual practices can thrive, okay? Maintain, like in your head, always know, like your home is your sacred space, you know? Your home is your sacred space. Let me see, make sure I said everything that I wanted to say. Oh, and then lastly, when I was talking about how your kids and in their rooms and keeping it clean, even in your room, in your house in general, right? Low vibrational energies. When I say that, I'm talking about like the demons, the imps, the haints, the negative energy that will get stuck in your home if it is overly cluttered and dirty. That is what I'm talking about, okay? So the spiritual impact of cleanliness, right? When you have all of these things in balance, all of these elements in balance, your mind, body, and soul, your home, okay? Your spiritual energy is going to flow freely, making it easier to receive divine messages and guidance. Maintain high vibration and high vibrations for manifesting, for healing. It also creates a space for peace, protection, and sacred connection. Thank you guys so much for liking this live. I appreciate you so much. And not only, like, it's not just about having a clean space, having a clean body, having a clean mind. It's not just so that you can have this spiritual, connection, right? It's a form of self-respect. It's a way for you to say to yourself and anyone else that comes into your space, like, this is my stuff. I love it and I take care of it. Okay? That way it immediately sets boundaries and lets people know, like, what they need to do in your home. Because if they come into your home and it's junky, they're going to think, oh, I could just throw my garbage on the floor. I can walk around with my shoes on, whatever it is, right? And that's not the case. It's a form of self-respect and a way for you to honor the spiritual forces that work within you. That work with you as well. Think about it. Because I know I don't like to go to anyone's house and it's dirty. So why would you think a spirit would want to come to your house and help you? Like, let's say you are someone and you're working with, what is her name? Excuse me, I forgot. Aphrodite, right? Right? So what is she? She's the goddess of, like, love and beauty. You think she's going to want to come to your house and her altar is dusty? Do you think she's going to want to walk inside and you got clothes and shoes all over the floor? If you're working with Lakshmi, you think she's going to come inside and you don't have her favorite incense burning? Do you think she's going to want to come inside and you haven't polished any of her wares on her altar? You didn't leave anything out good for her. The water is dirty. It smells. Do you think anyone's going to want to come in there? So cleanliness invites purity. It invites clarity and divine alignment into every aspect of your life. And also, a side note, when it comes to, like, your physical hygiene could also be can also be internal. If you look at it from the perspective of those of you who like to jump up and down, all right? Rock with me on this. Everything is energy, correct? So if you are laying with someone and their energy is off, either they have an attachment or a possession, please understand that not only are you all exchanging bodily fluids, but you are also exchanging spiritual attachments and energies. Okay? And so if you don't want to have to take time off to deal with any type of attachments that you got, because you allowed someone to either, like, if you're, to enter you, let's just say, then be particular about who you share yourself with. Okay, this is also a part of body cleanliness, spiritual cleanliness. Even your mind can be impacted by an attachment that you got from someone that you decided that you were going to lay with. Just keep that in mind, okay? And I'm sharing this because not only is it the truth, but I've experienced these things before, and they're not fun. It's not fun, okay? They are heavy, they are low vibrational, and the whole purpose for any type of low vibrational entity, if you want to call it a demon, an imp, a haint, or whatever it is, their whole purpose is to cause chaos and destruction, and that is their job, and that is what they are going to do. I don't care how fine she is or how fine he is. I don't care if it dangles long and lays to the side, okay? Be aware of the energies that could be attached to this person and that they can share it with you, and vice versa. If you have some craziness going on, you're going to share it with them. So let's go back to the phrase cleanliness is next to godliness. It is often used to emphasize the importance of cleanliness, not just in a physical sense, but also in a spiritual and metaphysical way. So let's break that down. Okay. Cleanliness as a divine alignment. What does that mean? Basically, in many spiritual traditions, cleanliness is seen as a way to align with divine energy because purity of body, of mind, and environment raises one's vibration and allows for a clear connection to divine, higher self, and universal energies. Okay, does anyone have any questions about that? Put it in the comments. So your body is the vessel of spiritual energy. Keeping it clean and well maintained ensures that the energy is going to flow smoothly through your chakras, through the meridians, and also your auric field. Okay? So one thing that you can do as far as cleanliness of your body, right, your physical self, the body on the outside, your skin, is bathe with intentions. Include salts, this includes salts and herbal washes. Okay, it's a form of spiritual cleansing that removes negative energies. Okay, just as if you would want, to take a shower and use soap to remove dirt and toxins. Okay, one thing that I do highly recommend for you and for those of you who have kids is to take a shower when you come home from work or when you come home from school, or a bath, whatever the case may be, whatever you prefer. But bathe in some way before you do anything, before you sit down on the couch and rest, before you start cooking dinner. Get in the shower and wash all of the energies that have attached itself to you throughout the day. This is going to help you with relieving stress. It's going to help you with removing any type of emotional, or not emotional, but just burdens that you may have been holding on through during the course of the day. This is also helpful with children, especially young kids, with COVID, the flu, or RSV, all these things, germs in general. You want to remove it off of their skin, and it's going to help them. It's going to help them immensely because it's going to relieve from any of, again, the energies that have attached themselves to the children. All right. And then also, like, in all seriousness, because they smell like outside. They've been outside, they've been playing, they've been carrying on. You want to remove the dirt. You want to remove any spiritual impurities or negative energy. All right, we following? Now, for mental and emotional cleanliness, this is going to lead to higher consciousness. All right. Cluttered and negative minds distort spiritual perception, similar to how a dirty mirror is going to distort a reflection. So if your mind is cloudy, you may not be able to hear the messages or to receive the messages that your guides may be trying to give you, your ancestors, or any type of, spiritual deity, you could say, that you may be working with. So for your mental and emotional cleanliness, it's important to release or even surrender your negative thoughts, your fears, your limiting beliefs, so that it will allow for clarity, intuition, and divine wisdom to flow. I also would encourage any of you who may, and again, this is not in any type of judgment, okay? But for any of you who, drink a lot of alcohol or you use narcotics, I really encourage you to try your best to limit your intake or to completely stop, because those are low vibrational things that you're putting into your body. And again, it's not only is it going to affect your, your regular perception, but it's going to affect your spiritual perceptions. I encourage everyone to begin a practice of meditation, breath work, and shadow work to help cleanse your mind from unnecessary baggage. I'm hearing, as the world turns, right? So as the world turns and as it keeps going and we see all these different changes, right? This is a time to release any and all baggage that you are carrying so that you can allow yourself the opportunity to have more space available for positivity and opportunities that could be beneficial to you, right, in your now, in your present, in your future. So if you are if you are someone who's suffering with depression or limiting beliefs, I'm not telling you in regards to any mental health issues, I'm not telling you to stop taking your medication, but at least start working with your spirit team, the universe, the divine creator, God, whatever you feel more comfortable with saying, and surrendering those things. A lot of stuff that we go through, and this is my belief and opinion, a lot of stuff that we go through, right? There is a spiritual war going on, but a lot of the stuff that we're going through is because we are holding on to it. We've gotten used to it. We just think this is how it is. This is how we're supposed to be. And you have the right and the ability to release all of those things. You literally just have to surrender it, right? If you believe, you ask and you shall receive. Ask for it to be removed from you. It's no longer working for you. That's just my take on it. Next, we have environmental cleanliness for energy flow and manifestation. So as we had said before, a cluttered space is going to hold stagnant energy, which can block your spiritual progress, intuition, and manifestation. So consider things like feng shui, right? Where there's a way that you clean and organize your space that promotes energetic harmony, right? Which allows the chi to the life force to flow freely. There's other metaphysical traditions that do this as well, but feng shui is like my thing. I love that. You can also burn sage, Palo Santo, use sound healing, like bells or singing bowls. This is going to help purify your space. This is going to help with creating high vibrational environment, which is conducive to spiritual work. And it doesn't have to be the biggest and greatest, singing bowl. Like mine is very, very small, but it's powerful. Okay? Can you hear that? I also have like big old, those big old church bells that they used to ring to, tell you that church was starting, tell you that Sunday school was starting. Not as big as the bells on the plantation to call the folks into the fields, but you know what I mean. Those bells. Side note, if you ever have the opportunity to go to the Whitney Plantation in Louisiana, and if you're on the tour, if they ask them to ring the bell, ask them to ring the bell. And if you don't feel nothing, then I don't know what to say, because that piece of history is powerful, powerful. But I digress, and let's go on. So the metaphysical interpretation, right? Vibrational frequency and divine order. Everything in the universe is energy, including your thoughts, emotions, and physical matter. Cleanliness raises one's frequency, bringing one closer to divine awareness. Okay? Does anyone have any questions on that? Think of the principle as within, so without, which applies to cleaning externally mirrors inner purification, making it easier to embody divine presence. Let me say that again. As within, so without applies to cleaning externally mirrors inner purification, making it easier to embody divine presence. So how can you apply all of this to your life? Begin some type of morning purification ritual, right? We all do stuff already, right? We wash our face, brush your teeth, maybe take a shower, but now take a mindful shower, meaning that you are literally cleansing your physical body with setting the intention to release any energetic impurities or things that are not for your highest and greatest good. And then imagine these impurities washing off your body and going down the drain. Begin journaling and meditation, right? Because this is going to be for the morning, to release mental clutter and align with divine wisdom. And then every day I would recommend that every day y'all do something to declutter, organize, or clean your home, right? So like for me, today is Friday. So every Friday I dust. That's just something that I do. There's something that I do every day. And then every quarter, depending on what's going on, we'll do some type of decluttering of all the stuff that we've collected that we're not using anymore. If there's clothing that we haven't worn in over a year, we're going to go ahead and take it to Goodwill, stuff like that. Cleanliness is a sacred act. It's not just about tidiness, but about aligning with divine order, keeping your energy field clear, and maintaining a high spiritual vibration. When you cleanse, you can make your space for divine presence. Okay. In the last class that we did on the auras and the chakras, I provided information and a technique for you guys to raise your vibration using your chakras. So go to my YouTube channel and watch that video. It's about 36 minutes long. I just posted it yesterday. So if you were to watch it today is Friday, February 7th. Well, not yesterday. It was posted on the 5th. So that was Wednesday. Okay. So create a cleansing ritual. And in regards to eating higher vibrational foods, look into Dr. Sebi and his alkaline diet. Okay. Cleansing. If you are someone who's interested in smudging, right, using herbs, things like that to cleanse your energetic fields in your home, you can use Palo Santo. I love Palo Santo myself because it is for energy cleansing and purification, spiritual protection. It enhances your intuition and enhances your connection to the higher realms. It can be used for emotional healing and calmness, manifestation and blessing rituals, and it also attracts positive energy. Other things that you can use for smudging. Let me find my list. You can use white sage, but if you're going to use white sage, make sure that it's ethically sourced. Okay, I know of two. Hold on. I have two websites. If you are someone who enjoys using white sage, two websites that you can use to purchase the white sage is the sweetgrasstradingco.com. They support indigenous tribes. I don't know if it is Native American owned, but they do support indigenous tribes. And then there's also Mojave Moon Apothecary, and this is a native owned family farm in Southern California. And that's called Mojave Moon Apothecary. All right, so the other things that you can use when smudging your home. I said the white sage, correct? Yes. You can use frankincense and myrrh, dragon's blood resin, sweetgrass, copal resin, Florida water, essential oils, specifically lavender, frankincense, rose, and peppermint, and crystals, specifically black tourmaline, selenite, amethyst, and clear quartz. I'll post on my Linktree a guide of sorts that I have created, telling you exactly like what you can use it for, what you can use these herbs for, how to use them, things like that. I'll create a PDF and I'll put it on my Linktree under the collection of HillmanTok University. Okay, so you guys check back there. Sometime later on this evening, probably about 8 o'clock, it should all be up there and ready to go. Now let's get into the nitty gritty of things. We're going to talk about the basics of meditation, quieting the, oh, excuse me, no, we already did that. My page wasn't turned. There we go. We're going to talk about protection techniques for spiritual practices and opening to channel energy safely and safely closing and grounding after channeling. If you guys have any questions as we go through this information, just put it in the comment section. Make sure that you are liking this live. Make sure that you're sharing it with other people. Also, y'all, TikTok is not showing the HillmanTok University folks who are teaching. So please go to your professors' pages and engage with them from the bottom up so that you can continue to see our stuff, right? Our content. You're going to share it, right? Then you're going to what? Save it. Then you're going to comment and leave a comment that's more than 4 words. And don't use just all emojis. Actually engage and like write a sentence. Oh, thank you so much for sharing this. Super easy, right? And then you're going to like it. And then make sure that you're following your professors so that when they are live, you can see them, you know how it blinks at the top of the app, right? You can see that they're live and you can join their class. But you guys have to do your part to make sure that you continue to see the HillmanTok information, because TikTok is suppressing it. They are suppressing it. Y'all know how they act, right? When a whole bunch of black people get together and we try to do something good, they try to keep us down. Think about last year when we had that whole thing with the Black Women Follow train. They suppressed that too. So y'all do your part. And let your professors and your favorite content creators know that you're supporting them by engaging and not just watching their stuff and moving on. Please engage. So like for instance, now, like the live, share the live. And I would really appreciate that. So protection techniques for spiritual practices. It is essential to protect yourself because you are opening yourself up to external energies. You are literally shining your beacon of light, letting everybody know, hey, I am here to do the work. And you need to protect yourself, because even though you're opening yourself up to work with, your most benevolent, loving, protective, ancestors, spirit team guides, right? But everybody can see your beacon of light shining. So if the good guys can see it, the bad guys are going to see it too. That's the easiest way for me to explain it to you. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is, in order to maintain energetic boundaries, is to shield yourself. Visualize a bubble of protective light. Visualize a protective egg around you, surrounding you, repelling any and all negative energy, right? Think about it as like with the bubble, right? When you're a kid and you used to say, I'm rubber, you're glue, whatever you say bad about me bounces off me and sticks to you, right? Or think about what an egg shell does. An eggshell protects the yolk or the egg, or excuse me, the chick from being harmed, since it's outside of the chicken's body, right? It needs something to protect it. So that is what it is there for. You can also include the technique of grounding yourself. A grounded person is less likely to be overwhelmed by external influences. So how do you ground yourself? The easiest and simplest way, there's two of them. If you can't go outside, or maybe you just don't want to go outside, visualize that there are tree roots growing out of your feet, and they're going down into the earth. And you're anchoring yourself to the earth. Or you can walk outside barefoot and then do the same technique of anchoring yourself to the earth by visualizing tree roots growing out of the bottom of your feet. Okay? Also, set some intentions, whether if you want to say a prayer, you want to just write out an intention such as I am safe and I am surrounded by love and I'm protected in this practice. Something as simple as that, but make sure that you're believing it, right? Whatever you're saying, you need to believe it. How do you believe it? You feel it in your heart. How does, so if you're saying I am safe, how does being safe feel? If you're saying I am surrounded by love, what does it feel like to be surrounded by love? Or you're protected in this practice, what does it feel like to be protected? Imagine these things in your heart. Feel them in your heart. Okay? You may also use protective crystals like obsidian and selenite. And as we mentioned a little bit ago, you can do smudging using sage, palo santo, or incense like frankincense and myrrh, or copal resin to clear unwanted energies. So what you are going to want to do, because everyone's spiritual journey is different, you are going to want to create a step-by-step energy shielding visualization to practice before every session. And so it's very simple for you to do, especially if all you want to do is just close your eyes, set your intentions, and visualize the bubble or the egg around you. Again, setting your intentions could include a prayer or some type of petition, creating some type of petition for the work that you're about to do. All right. Are there any questions about that? When you are going to prepare your energy for spiritual work, you want to ensure that what you are receiving is for, how can I say it? When you're preparing yourself to do spiritual work and you're trying to get your energy right, okay? You want your energy to be high, right? At a higher vibrational state, solely for the sake of being able to receive the messages and energy with clarity and focus. Okay? And then also to receive the protections that are necessary before you do any type of spiritual practice. So a few steps that you can do to prepare is to meditate. And in the meditation, it can be a short meditation so that you can focus your intentions and to calm your mind. You're also going to want to ground yourself, and you're going to want to center your heart chakra and your solar plexus chakra to align with your inner energy. How can you do that? You can do that as simple as, like while you're meditating, close your eyes, drop yourself into your heart. Take that energy down to your solar plexus and then expand it through your body. Okay? Make sure that you're setting your intentions and make sure that you are clearing your space. Again, it is so important to make sure that before you do anything that your space is cleared and clean. Okay? Make sure your tools are clean. If you're working at the altar, make sure the altar is clean. Make sure that you've used your incense to cleanse particular spaces. Use your sinking bells, your regular bells to energetically cleanse the space. If you're doing any work using roots and herbs, right? Whatever you practice, whatever your magical practice is, make sure that your space is clean. Make sure your tools are clean. Also, when you're doing meditation, a way for you to clear your mind is the 4-7-8 breathing technique, where you breathe in through your nose for a count of 4, hold it for 7, and then exhale for a count of 8. 4-7-8 breathing method. Now, when you're opening up to channel, you always want to be intentional and do things with awareness and, again, protection. Protection is always about protection. Protecting yourself could be as simple as asking your spirit team to protect you from any seen and unseen forces that can cause you to lose clarity or could cause for illusion. Okay? You may be someone who wants to put salt in the corners of your home. You may want to lay cascarilla in front of your door under the doormat. Okay? Whatever your practice is, make sure that you are working your protections on a regular basis. So steps to open safely are to ground and center yourself. Set your protections either by visualizing the bubble, visualizing the egg, calling upon your higher power, your guides, or angels for protection. You may also want to ask for permission from Spirit to receive energy, to receive the messages. And then in asking for permission, also give gratitude in advance for what you are going to receive. And as always, set your intentions. Set clear intentions for the work that you are about to do. You may say something as simple as, I only welcome energy of love and light. Now, if you're two-headed, you might ask for something different, but nevertheless, set your intentions, okay? Also with your protections, making sure that you visualize that your energy field expanding, right? So when you're visualizing your energetic field and you're calling in your guides, your ancestors, and your angels for protection, you're going to want to expand your energy field, or even visualize like a beacon of light coming from your head to, to say, hey, this is me opening up to channel. This is me opening up to do the spiritual work. This is me opening up so that I can receive the messages with clarity and insight. Okay? Is this our last section? I think this is our last section and we're almost done. Yep, this is our last section, y'all. And we are on time. That's beautiful. All right. Now, the last section for this module is safely closing and grounding after channeling. So, you always want to properly close your energy after a spiritual practice to prevent lingering or unwanted energy. With that being said, I encourage y'all to write out your prayer or your creed, whatever you're going to be saying before you do any type of working. Write it out and have it be the same thing that you say all the time, because it'll be like your it will be the way that your spirit team truly knows that you're ready. Okay, and of course you can change it as time goes on. You could add something, you could take something out, you can rewrite it. But when it comes to opening, write it down and say it all the time. When it comes to closing, write down your closing prayer and say it all the time. Do not move from the space that you were at before you close. All right? So steps to closing safely are to give gratitude. Thank the spirit, thank your guides, thank your ancestors, thank your higher powers for their assistance. You're going to visualize closing the doors, zipping up your aura, or shrinking your energy field to its normal state. You're going to want to ground yourself again. Perform a grounding exercise to reconnect with the earth's energy. Then you're going to cleanse. You may want to cleanse with Palo Santo, sage, essential oils. I like to cleanse with this sage-infused spray from Memphis Conjure. Let's see if y'all can see that. Sage-infused. And then I also will use a dragon blood spray from Memphis Conjure. I would encourage you to do some type of closing meditation where you're visualizing yourself, gently disconnecting from any spiritual energies, grounding yourself with a golden light, and then sealing your energy field. All right, sealing it can be something as simple as during your meditation practice, you are visualizing a door closing and you locking it. All right. Some of you may be interested in utilizing alchemy or sigils for this practice, but for the basics, we're going to keep it basic, and it can literally just be you visualizing closing a door, visualizing turning off the beacon of light, visualizing your heart closing. Visualize it. Okay. You may even want to imagine when the door closes that you hear it lock, or when you're calling in your energetic fields, you create a sound that you know what it sounds like when it closes, or when you're calling off or turning off the beacon of light, maybe you hear a light switch, or you visualize yourself hitting the switch and the light turns off. The most important takeaways from this class today, y'all, is that grounding and protection are foundational skills that ensure safety in all spiritual work. Also, meditation is not just for relaxation, it is a critical tool for connecting with your inner and higher self. And it's important to balance your energy centers, your auras, your chakras. This is going to support mental and emotional and spiritual well-being. Also, lastly, spiritual work is an intentional process that involves cleansing, preparing, opening, and closing your energy field responsibly. So make sure that you're doing all of these things before you do any type of work. And my guides are showing me a Ouija board. So this is just, a tip for y'all. Don't open a Ouija board if you do not know how to close it. That it's spiritual work. It's literally a doorway to the beyond, and you do not know who you are talking to or who you are releasing. So if you don't know how to close it, don't open it. And whoever you're with, if they don't know how to close it properly, don't open it. These things are not a game. Spiritual warfare is as real as, your fingernails growing out of your fingers. It is as real as the water that you drink. It is as real as the car or building that you are sitting in right now. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean that it's not happening. All right? Don't set yourself up for the okie doke. If you don't know what you're doing, don't do it. If you don't know what it is, don't touch it. If someone didn't give it to you, don't take it home. And I'm saying all this because, I love watching television. Television is my thing, okay? But I see way too many videos of people who lack the insight. I don't want to say that they lack intelligence. They just lack insight, and maybe they are ignorant to spiritual things, which is fine, right? But I'm going to tell you right now, regardless if you practice or not, or if you're on a spiritual journey or not, if you are out in the woods, the beach, the forest, wherever, and you see anything in a jar, a liquid in a jar, don't open it. Don't open it. If you see a watermelon in the ocean, don't pick it out the ocean and cut it open and proceed to eat it. All right? If you're out in the middle of the woods and you see a circle with a star in it, don't walk. Don't go and be like, oh, what is this? And then start touching that stuff. Just leave it alone. leave it alone. Do not touch it, because you don't know who put it there, and you don't know what their intentions were, and you don't know who they left it there for. You know? Just don't do it. Like, be so for real and so smart. Okay? Other things that you shouldn't be doing in these spiritual streets. When it's dark outside, don't whistle, because you don't know what you're calling towards you. What else? If you hear someone call your name, now this can go both ways, right? You either don't answer, or you answer so that when they respond, you'll know who is like around you. That can go both ways. I'm personally one of those people where if I hear someone calling my name and there is no one in the room with me, I'm not necessarily going to answer. That's just my philosophy. There's other traditions, there's other people where they're like, oh no, I'm going to answer so that I know who it is. Right? They call my name, I want to know their name, which is fair. I don't think I have the cojones for that yet. But it's there, you know? What else? Right, if someone calls my name, no, I didn't. That part. It's just little things like that where I understand that where many people may not know about it because it's not things that they've grown up with. But now that I'm telling you, now you know. Even if you understand it or not, just take heed, okay? Not everything is for you to touch. Not everything is for you to see. And not everything is for you. Is that fair? All right. Does anyone have any questions regarding anything that I've covered today? Any questions regarding cleansing? Any questions regarding how to smudge, or the purpose of it? Again, I'm going to put the smudging information in my link tree. All right. But if that's all, and there's no questions, thank y'all for joining me today. If you were not able to watch this whole live and you just jumped in at the middle or the end, hey TT, I will be uploading this class to my, what do I want to call it? My YouTube channel, The Sacred Lotus Temple. You guys can catch the replay there. All right. But until another time, I will see you guys later. And I hope